Good morning, Hoppers. This is Mrs. Sutliff with your writing lesson for the day. Today, it's time to make a theme for that story you've been working on. Your learning target is, I can create a theme for my story. Hopefully you remember from reading that a theme is the message. And since you're the author, it's your message this time. So you get to make it up. You get to decide what it is instead of coming up with it based on the story that you read. This is my Story Mountain for the Training Wheels story, the realistic fiction story that I've been doing for my bonus videos. And I need to pick a theme. Right now I know that my character is struggling with, she wants to be brave, but she is not sure if she can get her training wheels off and then learn to ride her bike. So I'm going to keep this idea in mind while I look at the resource in the blue booklet that will really help me figure out what is my character going to learn, what is the author's message, what do I want my reader to take away from reading my story. This is page 26 and 27 in your blue booklet. If you look on the top, you can see the directions are to use this form to find the theme or the message of the book you are reading, but we're going to use this for writing. So instead of looking at it and thinking, does this match the book, you're going to look at it and you're going to think, does this match my story? Does this match the negative character trait I gave my character, or the problem my character is trying to solve, or the goal my character has, or does it fit with what I really want to say by writing this story? I'm going to give an example of how to use these pages to find the theme for your book. I'm going to start by reading each theme until I just find one that fits my book. Acceptance. These books have characters who learn to respect and accept others' differences and beliefs. That kind of sounds like the Super Me story I've been working on, but not my training wheel story, so I'm going to keep going. Adversity. These books have characters that learn to overcome a hardship or struggle to prevail in the face of misfortune. Oh, that actually might work with my book because she's struggling with this whole, I don't want my friends to judge me because I still have my training wheels on my bike. So I need to do something about it. I need to overcome this hardship and learn to ride without my training wheels. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, but I'm going to keep going and see if I can't find a theme that fits even better. The next one is life and death. I know right away there's no life and death in my story. I don't even have to read the description for that one. Moving on to compassion. Compassion. These books have characters who learn how to make those who are suffering feel better. Nope, that's not a good fit. Cooperation. These books have characters who learn to work together to solve a problem or achieve a goal. Nope, that doesn't sound like my book either. Courage. Moving on to courage. These books have brave characters who learn to have the strength to overcome a fear or do something courageous. Okay, that is definitely my book. Char has to be brave in order to go down that hill at the end of my story on her bike without her training wheels. This is my theme. I know what I'm writing now. So your directions, and you're going to pause the video and do this right now, your directions are to read these two pages, both pages, until you find at least one theme that seems to be a good fit for your story. In order to really do this well, you have to keep in mind your story. Keep in mind your character and what is that character struggling with? What is that character trying to learn from the experience that you're giving that character with your story? And if that doesn't make sense, then you can come find me and I will help you. All right? So pause this video, read your themes in literature page 1 and page 2, and make sure you have at least one theme that really matches what you're trying to tell or the message you're trying to come across with the story that you've been writing. In my Story Mountain, I also wrote down my theme that I just came up with. Courage. That's your next step. Go to your Story Mountain and write down the theme you picked right there on the center underneath where it says theme. Okay, we're going to make a slight change to your Story Mountain. Instead of writing down why this story is special to you, I want you to write down how this story really shows the theme courage. So for example, I wrote, Char has to be brave to go down the hill. That matches up perfectly with what it says in the blue booklet about courage. Characters that have to be brave to learn, to have the strength to overcome a fear, to do something courageous. It matches perfectly. Okay, so pause the video again and go ahead and write down your theme and why your story matches that theme in your story mountain. Okay, if you have that done, it's time to start writing. You might be adding details to your story. You might be drafting the last few scenes from your story mountain. You might be revising. Whatever you are doing today, make sure that while you are writing, you think about how you're going to show the theme that you just picked out. What are you going to have your character say or do to really get your reader to notice, oh, this character is learning about this theme? For example, with my character, I gotta make sure that she is really scared and she almost thinks about giving up before she goes down that hill. That will really show that she decides to be brave. Okay, I can show her being afraid. I can even show her thinking to herself, man, what if I get hurt going down this hill? Or maybe she'll think about giving up and walking her bike home and just deciding to walk to school instead of ride her bike. Whatever I decide to do, it needs to come back to her decision in the end to try and be brave. And then she goes down the hill and she does it. She learns how to ride her bike without those training wheels. And she couldn't have done that if she hadn't been brave. So that really ties in. And I need to make sure that I write those scenes maybe today while my theme is fresh in my head. Even if it's not the next scene in your story mountain, you can write that scene right now to make sure that you really show it. You might also go back and revise if your scene that you could really maybe show your theme is already written. You need to go back and add that in now, okay? Do make sure that if you haven't finished your story yet and you're still drafting, that you still try to finish your story, because we've got a few more days left and then we need to be ready to start revising that story, typing it on the computer. So you've got a lot of work to do. Let's be productive. Let's be good writers. Let's hop to it.